Hi, my name is Ayoka and welcome to this episode of my podcast. Don't mind your business, mind my podcast, Mindelixir. For this episode, I wanted to talk about fear of judgment and caring what other people think, because I believe that's kind of something that has kind of impacted me a bit, and other people's opinions, they can really impact how you see yourself. And I myself, I am just learning how to get over the fear of judgment and just thinking about what other people will think of something I do and all of that. And I wouldn't say I'm just super confident or anything, but I don't exactly just have a crippling fear of judgment. But it's just that in many situations, I do tend to overthink things. I say that a lot, but I do really overthink and overanalyze certain things and or what will happen in the future and all of that. And honestly, I feel as if they're just going to judge you regardless, no matter who you are. And honestly, why do people do it? I don't know. Because even I myself, I've done it before. I've judged other people. I'm not perfect or anything. But then again, I feel as if we all make certain assumptions about people. But it's best to just keep an open mind. Imagine if there's everyone says some person is the most beautiful in the world. There's still going to be people saying that they're ugly. There's always going to be someone judging you, and whether it's in a good way, in a positive way, or in a negative way. And we just have to accept that fact and get over it. Oh, that sounds kind of rude. But we just have to accept that, because there's always going to be people judging you regardless, no matter what. And I think that if someone judges you, you should just block them out. Block out their input. Because if it isn't helping you grow, if it isn't helping you succeed, if it isn't helping you move forward, then that judgment is most likely not necessary. Whether it's a hater on social media, you can block them, literally through the internet, or if it's someone in your life physically, just try to block out their words. Because, sometimes for some people, they may be showing that judgment to you out of kindness, or they may be judging you harshly in what they believe is a way of kindness. But if that judgment isn't going to help you in life, then it's probably not helpful and you need to let it go. And other people's opinions, they are not who you are. So I believe that we shouldn't give other people power over ourselves by letting their opinions control us, I guess. Their negative opinions impact us. And yes, to a certain extent, I understand how we all look for validation, especially me sometimes, a lot of times, oh my gosh. And we look for validation through other people's approval, especially those closest to us, family and all of that. But sometimes that can be potentially harmful whenever you're constantly doing that, and your whole opinion or life or your choices are based off of whether you get that validation from others or whether they approve of what you're doing. Because you shouldn't let what other people's opinions affect what you do. Well, in certain cases that's okay, but imagine liking someone and then you shouldn't just let other people's, what I'm saying is you shouldn't let other people's opinions get to you whenever you're doing something. And I believe many times that people, they may fear being judged, or for at least me, we may fear being judged because of bad experiences in the past, or just because we don't want to get hurt or rejected or criticized or whatever, something like that. But in a way, this fear, at the same time, it can kind of keep us grounded in certain situations, but other times it's holding you back, and we just need to let it go. Let it go, as Elsa once said. And for example, with this podcast, I would have never known. Sometimes in life, you just need to go for things. I would have never known how much fun it would be to have this podcast and what it would be like if I'd never started it. You just have to go for the challenge and overcome the fear. You shouldn't let the fear of judgment or the fear of other people's negative opinions stop you from doing what you like to do. I used to be afraid that people from my school, they would judge me in a bad way for having this podcast. But now I don't really care as much. I still kind of do, but I don't really care as much, and it isn't getting to me as much. Because I used to just think, oh my gosh, what if people find out about it and they start hating on me, or they leave negative reviews and all of that. I just I overthought all of that, and it's really not that deep. Because if I like to do podcasting, then I should keep doing it. I shouldn't let the fear of judgment stop me from doing it. You know what I mean? And now I kind of have more respect for all those people that I know that had a YouTube channel, because that they're kind of brave for having that and like telling people about that. All of those people from my school that have a YouTube channel, I have kind of a bit more respect for you, because having a YouTube channel, putting yourself out there like that, that's just wow. And now I kind of understand that circumstance now that I have a podcast too. And most of the time, all of this stuff about fearing what other people will think about what you do, I feel as if a lot of times it's just imagined. Well, at least for me, a lot of this stuff is just my own personal experience, or what I've learned throughout my life. Well, I make it sound like I have years of wisdom, but I really don't. I'm only 14 years old, but honestly, a lot of times my fears are a bit irrational. My fear of judgment sometimes gets a bit irrational. I mean, yeah, it really does. But I think what helped me was just thinking about what I was actually scared of, and did this actually help me, or was it just holding me back? Was it just limiting me from my true success, what I actually could do, what could be possible? I think that's what really helped me. You have to think about the root of the problem, what exactly causes you to be so afraid of the judgment from others, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like some motivational speaker or anything, so disclaimer. I think a disclaimer is supposed to be at the beginning. But disclaimer, I'm not like a professional or anything. So if you think anything could be potentially wrong, then you don't have to follow it. But I mean, think of Ring Doorbell. We all know Ring Doorbell. They're those people that were the video doorbell system, the video security system. My family, we actually have the Ring video security system. Yeah, they were actually rejected from Shark Tank, but now they're famous and they're being bought by Amazon for over $1 million. Imagine if they had let one person's opinion, a group of people's opinions hold them back, if they had let that judgment determine their future. But they didn't. And look at where they are now. They knew their worth and they knew how to judge themselves. Be the judge of yourself, I guess. Yeah, be the judge of yourself. You know who you are, you know what you're capable of, or even you may not even know what you're capable of, and you won't know until you try. Just don't let other people's opinions or the fear of judgment hold you back. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people that encourage you or make you feel confident in your goals, your projects, or with even just like-minded people. A community of people with the similar thoughts or beliefs, or whatever you're trying to accomplish, or people that will support you in your endeavor in whatever you're trying to do. And even if you aren't confident in what you're doing, just fake it till you make it. I know that's like an oversaid saying and all, but this can really be applied to any sort of confidence situation, or even when you're just trying to overcome the fear of judgment from others. Just fake it till you make it. Be confident, even if you're not actually confident. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. And honestly, I believe that if someone is constantly just making you feel bad or judging you for what you're doing or what you like, then they're probably not even worth it in the first place. And I think it's just important to realize that you should value your own opinion too, very importantly, of course. And that people, they're gonna judge regardless. I already said that before. But oftentimes you should also, this is kind of about me, but we should also make sure to try and be less judgmental of others ourselves. Because I know for one that sometimes that internal voice in my brain, it's just so rude. Like, I'll just have to be thinking in my brain, I'm like, why did that internal voice say that? Why? I don't know. But sometimes you just have to look in the mirror at yourself and say, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me. But, oh, that was so cringy. But you know what? Even if that's cringy, you've got to own it. You've got to own up to you and who you are, because you're fabulous or wonderful or whatever you are. And other people's judgments and opinions cannot or will not hold you or me or us back from pursuing and doing what we like to do, or our goals in life. And lastly, I'd just like to leave you off with this quote from Donna Lynn Hope. Don't concern yourself with the opinions of those who judge you. That is placing on them an importance they do not have. Thank you for listening to that episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit more, mellow, might I say. And yeah, bye. See you next time, and make sure to follow my Instagram at mindelixir.